Okay, let's talk about branding. For so many founders, for so many business owners, it's this incredibly frustrating puzzle, right? You know it's crucial for growth, but the path forward, well, it's anything but clear. Today, we're going to deconstruct a system that promises to solve that exact puzzle by turning it into a simple, step-by-step process. Let's dig in and see how one founder turned the so-called art of branding into an exact science.
You know that feeling, right? I'm sure a lot of you do. You sit down, you're ready to build your brand, and you just freeze. Is the messaging right? Does this logo still work? Are we even talking to the right people anymore? It's the state of being completely overwhelmed, of second-guessing every single move. That's the paralysis we're talking about today.
So how do most of us try to escape this feeling? Well, it turns out we often sail straight into what you could call the branding Bermuda Triangle. We take one of two very common and, ultimately very flawed paths, where our best intentions just seem to vanish.
And these are the two traps that snag so many entrepreneurs. On one side, you've got winging it. You know the drill. Every social media post is made up on the fly, it creates a ton of stress, and there's absolutely zero consistency. Then on the other side, there's hiring blind. You spend thousands on a really slick logo, but there's no strategy behind it. Or you buy a course that's all theory and no practical action. And guess what? Both paths lead to the exact same place: total confusion.
And here's the painful part. While you're stuck in this cycle of just guessing, you look over at your competitors and it feels like they have it all figured out. They look so polished, so professional, so consistent everywhere. It just leaves you wondering, what is the critical piece that I'm missing here?
But what if there was a third path, a way out of that Bermuda Triangle? This is where the core idea really comes in. What if we reframe branding, not as some mysterious art form, but as a solvable, systematic process?
And that brings us to this concept right here, the Systemized Brand. It's an approach that takes all the guesswork, all the ambiguity out of the equation. So instead of relying on these random bursts of creativity, it gives you a structured journey from A to B, designed to deliver a complete and predictable brand strategy every single time.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory somebody cooked up. The founder behind this system spent 31 years building complex technology systems. They took that same methodical, process-driven mindset and applied it to one of the most notoriously unsystematic problems in business. Pretty clever.
So how does this machine actually work? Let's pop the hood and deconstruct the entire process, from what you put in at the very beginning to the incredibly detailed strategy you get out at the end.
The whole thing really boils down to a simple four-step foundation. The goal here isn't complexity. It's all about providing a clear, actionable path from where you are right now to where you really want to be.
Okay, here's the play-by-play. Step 1 is the input. You basically distill your entire business vision into a detailed 49-question survey. It takes less than an hour. Step 2 is delivery, and this part is kind of wild. Within just 48 hours, you get a custom 300-plus page package. Think of it like your brand's complete Bible. Then step 3 is implementation, where you use a clear roadmap to put it all into action. And maybe most importantly, step 4 is ongoing support. You're not left alone. You get access to a community and weekly calls.
And this is what I think is so brilliant about it. On the left, you see the what, the core strategic documents, like that huge 125-page brand strategy deep dive. But on the right, you see the how, the implementation guides, the roadmaps, the community support. So you see, it's not just a stack of documents, it's a complete strategic toolkit that's actually designed for you to take action.
Now, for the big question, right? How does this actually stack up against the traditional way of doing things? Hiring a big branding agency. Let's do a direct side-by-side comparison. Okay, let's talk money, because this is where it gets kind of crazy. A traditional agency can easily charge you anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000 for this level of strategy. This system, though, it delivers a comparable, if not more comprehensive output for just under $1,500. The difference in value is, well, it's astronomical. And if you thought the cost difference was dramatic, just look at the time. An agency will typically take 2 to 3 months to deliver their strategy. But because this process is all systemized, you get your complete package in just 48 hours. I mean, that is an incredible acceleration for any business.
But honestly, the real difference goes way beyond just being cheaper and faster. This is a fundamentally different model. You're getting a complete integrated strategy, not just some piecemeal design work. You're getting an actionable roadmap, not just theoretical advice. And you get ongoing support instead of that final handoff where the agency just kind of walks away.
So what's the real payoff here?
what does all of this, the system, the speed, the lower cost, what does it actually lead to? See, the ultimate output isn't just a report or a new logo, it's a fundamental shift in how you operate your business.
It really is a night and day transformation. You go from feeling scattered and uncertain, with inconsistent messaging and constant second guessing, to a state of being confident and strategic. You finally get a crystal clear brand identity and a complete action plan to execute with total precision.
And this quote just nails it, doesn't it? The whole promise is to take you from that place of chaotic guessing and move you into a world of confident, professional, strategic action. It's about finally taking control of your own brand narrative.
For years, we've been told that branding is all about finding that creative spark, right? Some kind of artistic genius. But this whole idea forces us to ask a really different question. So I'll leave you with this. What if the biggest thing holding your brand back isn't a lack of creativity at all, but simply the lack of a system?